Hi everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2024. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it's 2024. I wanted to kickstart this year with a little update on what's been going on with me, what's happened last year. There were some ups, there were some downs, but I just wanted to just kind of talk about it and then start the year off on a new foot, right? So let's start with the ups because they're much more fun than the downs. Starting off, I am in a brand new partnership with Where's Walter Travel. Where's Walter Travel is a brand new travel agent that started this past year, and we are really great friends. You may have noticed the sponsorship banners on the Hawaii and Alaska vids. They sponsored that cruise, and they also sponsored the Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady cruise over Thanksgiving in November. Both of those cruises were sponsored, and I'm absolutely honored to be partnered with them. If you didn't know, Where's Walter Travel does not charge for their services. So if you're in the market for a TA, check the link down there. I love them to death. They will help you out. Walter is a fabulous, fabulous guy. He will help find the perfect vacation for you and your family, whether that be on land or at sea. Give them a shout right down there. Click on one of those links. And like I mentioned, those two sponsored cruises were absolutely fabulous. You've seen the Hawaii and the Alaska vids. That was such a fabulous, fabulous cruise. I recommend everybody take that cruise if you can. It's mind-blowingly fantastic. Absolutely. You've seen the footage. It's so great. The other one was on Valiant Lady. There is content coming out for that very soon. I'm hoping that it will be within the next couple weeks or so. Loved that cruise. Loved everything about Virgin. I can't wait to share my thoughts and feelings about Virgin with you. Virgin definitely has those strong feelings come out, whether positive or negative. So stay tuned for that. That content is coming soon. And not only did I do the two sponsored cruises, but I also got to go on the Celebrity Beyond. I went on that last January. So it was the very beginning of the year. That was the prettiest cruise ship I've ever been on. It was my first Edge class ship, and wow, I was amazed. Around every corner was beautiful. I got to meet Captain Kate, and I got to meet Bug Naked, which was like the highlight of the cruise. It was so much fun. I do have content for that cruise as well, and I am hoping to get it out after I get the Virgin content out next, then hopefully Beyond. Aside from the 3 cruises that I took last year, I also threw myself headfirst into my professional career and my professional work. Now, if you are just joining us on this channel, we're going on almost 3 years of life without Sean. The adjustments are still ongoing. I'm still learning how to navigate this solo life. One of the biggest adjustments was going from a 2-income family to a single solo income family, which is just me. And you may be thinking, well, that's fine. There's half of you, so it's half of the cost, right? Your bills are half. Well, not really. Food is half, for sure. It's only me eating, but bills are the same. The house payment's the same, electric's the same, water's the same, car payment's the same. All of those are the same. The only thing that's different is my income. So it's been a challenge, and I've been really throwing myself into work and picking up any project I can just so that I make sure that I have enough money to cover bills and expenses. My biggest fear, it has been and will probably continue to be, is that I will lose this house. This house is everything to me, and I don't want to lose it, and I will fight tooth and nail to not lose it. Sean and I scrimped and saved to put the down payment on this home to finally plant roots. We intended to raise our family here. We intended to grow old together here. So this house has a lot of history for me. Of course, if you've been following along, you know that we weren't able to start a family, but we did go through all of the fertility treatments in this house. So we have those memories, and then Sean and I won't grow old together in this home, but Sean did take his last breath here, and that's very special to me. And whenever I'm in this house, it feels like a big hug, and I feel very warm and welcomed and loved in this home, and I don't want to lose it. And I will stay here as long as I want to. I will stay here, which at this moment in time will be forever. So having the thought of going from double income to single income made me very nervous. So threw myself into work and have been working a lot. Now I'm gonna stop before I go into the rest of this because I gotta give the backstory about what's going on. So with my work, Sean and I have been working for Disney since 2018. Well, not true. Sean actually started in 2018 and I started in 2019. We were contractors at the time. We loved being contractors because basically you can make your own hours, which gives you the flexibility to not only do work, but also to travel and do other things as well. That flexibility with being a contractor also comes with the knowledge that your work may be gone one day. And I mean, like, it just dries up and goes a little slower. So one month you may have like 7 projects, and then the next month you may only have 1. That's a big adjustment in income. But as a contractor, you have to know those ebbs and flows and roll with it and kind of go with the punches. And we were fine with that because we had each other and it worked. When Sean died, being a contractor was very scary for me because in this town in Orlando, Sean is known by everyone. Everybody knows who Sean is. He's very, very well known. And Sean would hate that I'm about to say this because he would make him very mad. But where everybody knew Sean, I was just Sean's wife. And that would make Sean mad by saying that. Very talented Sean's wife, but still Sean's wife. And nobody knew who I am. Nobody knew who I was, but they knew Sean. So when Sean died, I lost all of those contacts because they don't know who I am. So if I would, in my contract role with Disney, if the work did dry up, I would be out of luck. And then there comes that fear of the house and everything else. Luckily, the work for Disney is very steady and it's always there. So I didn't have that problem. But again, that knowledge of that you're being a contractor, you have to know that there could be ups and downs with your projects. And the down part couldn't happen because it was very scary for me. To say that my nights were filled with dread would be an understatement. I mean, it was a lot of sleepless nights of thinking, I hope I have a project tomorrow. And if I didn't, I'd be out on the street. So I made jokes with people that I'd have the kitties and I in a cardboard neighborhood outside the cardboard boxes. And that's really how I felt. I was really nervous and genuinely scared that I would lose this home. Thankfully, I didn't. So that's the side story. That's the backstory of what I'm about to say. So in August, I was very fortunate and over the moon with joy when I got offered a full-time position as a visual effects artist with Walt Disney World, specifically with Disney Live Entertainment. You want to talk about a wow in my life. That was a wow moment. It was wow. I've always been a Disney kid. I grew up a Disney kid. I grew up thinking, wouldn't it be cool to do that? Wouldn't it be cool? And now I'm doing it. And that's just blows my mind. Every day I get up, I'm like, this is my job. This is my life. And it's just, I'm overwhelmed with joy and happiness from having a full-time position because it does ease a lot of those fears that I will lose my home or I get sick or something like that. And I don't have anything to help me to keep all of this. And now with this new position, I have a little bit more stability in my life. So like I mentioned, I work with Disney Live Entertainment. Specifically, I'm with the group called Visual Media Productions, and our group create animations and video for the theme parks here in Orlando, so Walt Disney World. We also do animations and video for the parks in California and the parks in Tokyo, Shanghai, Hong Kong, all over the world, and even on the cruise line. It's absolutely a fabulous job, and I have been part of some amazing projects this past year. Starting off, I was part of the Advent Health Flamingo Crossing ER team. If you ever get sick, not that I would want this ever for anybody, but if you ever get sick at Disney here in Orlando or are on the college program here in Orlando, you would probably get sent to the Flamingo Crossing ER, and it probably would be one of the first times that you're like, I'm really looking forward to seeing this ER. Just saying. It's that cool. It's all Disney themed. It's a magical ER. I hate to say it, like who says magical ER? This is. It really is. And I know that because I had to visit it, which my next part of this I'm going to talk about, but I got to experience it, and it is something absolutely special to be part of a team that got to create animations that help calm patients. So during a time where you are at your most stressed and most vulnerable state in the hospital, to have this Disney calming presence is something very special. And it was very special to be part of this because of that. We create stuff for the parks, and I love that. And we make smiles and memories every day for people. But this was something different. This was making a difference. And to be part of that will always be with me. And like I said, I got to experience it as a patient, and it's a wow moment. It's a wow moment. So if you are injured or anything, you need to go to an ER, think about the Flamingo Crossing ER right next to Disney off of Western Way. You can look that up. So from that amazing project, I got to go on another amazing project and be part of the team that brought the new Christmas deck show to all of the Disney cruise ships fleet-wide. That was a whole lot of stuff. You might have seen posts from me gallivanting all over the US from all the different cities, starting out here in Orlando on the Disney Wish, flew over to San Diego, got on the Disney Magic, and then went to New York City and got on the Disney Dream. It was unbelievable. I love being part of it. Working on the Disney ships is some of the hardest work you will ever do. It is long nights, not a lot of sleep, but for me, being on my favorite place on the planet, the ocean, I could work every single hour and I am just as happy as can be. Just as happy as can be. I love it. So I loved every minute of it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. And so you can put me on ships if you want. I had a great time and it was a truly fabulous experience. Met some amazing people. It's an amazing team between our team and the DCL team. Just loved every minute. Now, back on land from all the cruises, and I'm working on some top secret projects that I can't talk about, but they will be released later on. They say it isn't work if you love what you do, and I truly do love what I do. I get to color and draw for a living. Color and draw for a living. It doesn't get better than that for me. That's my dream come true. So I am truly honored and humbled, and my mind is blown that I get to be part of such a creative group of people. Okay. That's the good. Love the good. Love the good. Now let's talk about the downs, the not so good. We're going to switch gears. Let's switch gears. This is tough for me. I haven't posted this yet. Only close friends to me know this next thing that I'm going to say. It's very difficult. I'm taking deep breaths now. I'm not ready, or I haven't been ready. This has been about 4 months now, and I haven't been ready to post this because I'm not ready for the comments. I wasn't ready then. I'm ready now. I think I'm ready now. I hope I'm ready now. 99% of our audience are fabulous. You guys are amazing people. You're supportive. Your love is outpouring to us. It's been just absolutely wonderful. But there is 1% that are hateful and mean and spiteful and make not so nice, cruel, and hateful messages. I've had to mentally prepare for this backlash after I say what I'm going to say. And it's not that I'm trying to stall here. It's very difficult for me to say what I'm going to say, and you'll find out why. When Sean died, it was very difficult because I got blamed for Sean's death. People saying that I killed Sean and it's my fault and I'm a murderer, and I got called a lot of things. And it was very hurtful in year one. Now I would just tell you to stick it, and I'm a lot stronger now than I was in year one, but it was very hard to hear those things. And because you do, as a spouse or anyone that's lost anybody, you do blame yourself. That is for sure. There's nothing that you can say that I haven't already said to myself. And those comments were kind of like reassurances that, yeah, this is your fault. You did this. So I know that I'm about to get comments like that from saying this next thing, but it's okay. I'm ready for it. Nothing that you, like I just said, nothing you say to me could possibly be worse than what I've already thought to myself. So anyway, this is hard. By saying this makes it very real. 4 months ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. Saying that out loud, wow, it's very difficult. And I've been living with this for the last 4 months, just trying to absorb it, trying to hold it together, and try not to think of the severity of how awful it is to say that you have cancer. Yeah, deja vu moment of my worst nightmare happening again. And I don't want to get emotional. I don't want to cry because it's important to talk about this. So yes, I have cancer. My cancer is called polycythemia vera. It is basically a cancer of the bone marrow, and my bone marrow is produced because my bone marrow is producing too many blood cells. So right now I'm producing too many red blood cells, too many white blood cells, and too many platelets. So according to my doctors, I was about 13 times the normal range that all of those levels should be in, like your normal blood counts. So according to my doctor, I was basically living on borrowed time to not have a stroke. And so I'm thankful that I didn't have a stroke. That's very, very lucky about that. But still, that risk was there. When I was talking about going to Flamingo Crossing ER, I went there, and after they took my blood test, after they were pulling blood and stuff, and they also did an x-ray, and I had an enlarged spleen, and so they sent me to the hospital, and I was admitted. For a week I was there while they did test after test after test, and trying to figure out what was going on. They finally did a bone marrow biopsy, which, by the way, is horrendous. Horrendous. And that bone marrow biopsy gave the diagnosis, basically confirmed the diagnosis that they had they were thinking that was that, but that was I have a marker that they took out of the biopsy, and I have that. With that, this is all still very new for me. Like I mentioned, this is only month 4. That since I've been, this is now going into month 5. I like to look at this as cancer with a little c. Little c. Sean had cancer with a big C. And what I mean by that is talking about lifespan, because I think no matter who you are, I don't want to cry again. When you get that diagnosis of cancer, you want to know, am I going to die? That's like the biggest thing. Oh God, I'm crying again. Sorry, I'm apologizing. It's really emotional to talk about this whole thing. But why I say little c is because the lifespan for my cancer is much longer than Sean's. Sean was given 3 months to live, and he actually lived 13 months past his diagnosis, which was unbelievable. The lifespan for my diagnosis is 15 to 20 years, which sounds really great. I guess it's supposed to sound great. It doesn't sound great to me. Usually this disease is diagnosed in your early to mid 60s. So getting a 15 to 20 year life after, on top of being already 60 or 65 is great. Being in your 40s, it's not so great. I don't want to die when I'm 60. I don't accept that either. And I feel like there's so much more for me to do. And it's really hard though when you get an expiration date on yourself. That's hard. Mentally that's hard. Physically it's hard. It's just really, really, really tough. So yes, have a cancer that has a 15 to 20 year life expectancy. And although that does sound like a long time, that's not really that long. That's the same amount of time that I was with Sean, 15 years. And I felt like our time was short. That's all I know for now. I have been put on an oral chemo drug that I've started 2 months ago. The first round that I took was to see if it would lower my blood counts. It did not lower them very much. It was very minuscule, not enough for my liking or the doctor's liking. So they basically doubled the dose. I've been on the double dose of this chemo drug this last month. I go back in a couple days to see how it's working, to see if it's working. I'm crossing my fingers that it is working. I feel like it's throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I'm the wall. I don't really like that. But it is what it is, I guess. The next course of treatment for this disease is not a pleasant one in my mind. The next stage is I will have to have my blood drawn every week. And that's a pint of blood removed from my body every week. Not put back in. This is not dialysis. This is not filtering it. This is removing it and then throwing it away. Now, I don't know about you, but I have donated blood in the past, and I don't feel so hot for like an hour or two after, drinking like OJ and cookies and everything. So I can't imagine what this is going to do to my body getting it done every week. That's why I'm not looking forward to it, because I still have to work. Again, my fear of losing this house. I still have to pay these bills. I don't want to lose this home. So I'm going to have to work through, who knows what I'll have to work through. Well, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But I have jokingly been referring to this as my vampire session because they are literally going to be taking blood out of me and throwing it in the trash. So they might as well be vampires. Not looking forward to it. And let me just say, with the vampire session, won't even get a hot guy or like a romance or anything. Come on, really? That's a joke. I am optimistic about things. I'm optimistic about life. I don't want to die, and I will fight with every part of my being. I will fight to stay on this rock and keep pushing forward and doing things. I don't feel like my life is ready to be over yet. I feel like I have more things to do. I feel like I have more things to see, for sure, more things to see. So I will fight. I will fight for myself. I will fight for Sean, and we'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of other information besides that, but that is where I stand now. And if you want to come and comment that I deserve this and this is my fault and all those other horrible, horrible things, bring it on. Honestly, I will delete and walk away. Those comments do not harm me anymore. They will not hurt me. I'm in a better place now. So I will just tell you to shove it, and that's where it will be. In the nicest way possible, I will tell you to shove it. So that is the big update for me from where I've been. I know a lot of you have been asking, you've been wondering what's been going on. It's been a lot. This last 4 months have been a tough one. I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still grieving the loss of Sean. That has not changed. It's not as hard, I don't grieve as hard or as rough as I did in year 1, but I still have endless nights of crying. I still miss him more than anything, and I still want him back. And that will never change. I really don't believe it will. Things will hit me, memories hit me, songs hit me, smells hit me, they make me smile, but they also bring the tears. And that will always be, it's like tears of it's just memories that are pouring out of my eyes, I guess. So that still will always be there. I know Sean's with me. I know he's protecting me. I know Sean sent me to the hospital to get checked for this cancer because I would have had a stroke. Seeing all the blood tests and everything. I was living on borrowed time with that. So I know he's there with me. He's protecting me. I'm trying to live each day with purpose. And that is so much easier to say than to actually do. I can't even tell you how many times on the weekends I wake up, I'm in bed, I'm like, this is gonna be the day. I'm gonna get all of this stuff edited. I'm gonna get it out for everyone. I'm gonna do it. And then the end of the day is here and I'm like, I didn't do any editing. I got nothing accomplished for videos. I feel like such a loser when that happens. Like I've been beating myself up, right? Just beating myself up about it. I actually went to Sean's family for Christmas, this past Christmas. And I was talking to my mother-in-law and I was telling her, I said, I have all of these videos that I want to get finished. I don't know how Sean did. I don't know how he worked full time and also did all the editing. And she stopped me, put her hand on my arm and said, he was able to do all of that editing because you were doing everything else. And I stopped and I was taken back and I was like, what? Like that makes so much sense. He was able to do that because we were a team and he didn't have to worry about cleaning the house and doing the laundry and doing the dishes and taking care of the cats and all that stuff. He got to focus on his thing and I was focusing on the other things, and together as a team, we were able to make this thing come together and be this cohesive unit. Now it's just me. So this year, in 2024, I am trying to stop putting the self-imposed guilt on myself. I'm going to try to stop doing that. I'm not sure how successful I will be, but I'm going to try to take some of that guilt away and live each day with purpose that I can and get finished what I can for the day and save the rest for tomorrow. That's all I can do. I can't do anymore. I'm only one person now. So that is my goal for this year, for 2024. And I do have video content coming for you. I promise I'm going to try to get out as fast as I can. I have the Valiant Lady cruise, I have the Beyond cruise, and I will be on Icon, the brand new Icon of the Seas, in 2 weeks, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 2 or 3, I don't know. It's coming. It's coming very fast. Now to you guys, I cannot thank you enough for all of your love and support. I know we have lost a bunch of subscribers because I'm not producing content as fast as I should be doing, and I'm very sorry for that. But I will continue to post my travels. I love posting it, not just for you guys, but also for myself to look back, and I will continue to post. Even if we had 0 subscribers, I would continue to post stuff and continue documenting tips and tricks and what the ships are like and what locations are like and what you should do and what you should eat and all that stuff. I really love doing that. It also brings me purpose on cruises when I'm cruising by myself, especially. It's like you guys are even though I'm alone, it's like you guys are with me and you're my like travel buddy. So the camera is kind of you guys, the extension of you, and you become my travel buddy. So thank you for that. Again, thank you for the continued love and support from the bottom of my heart. I love you. And here's to a great 2024 for all of us. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.